Sorry about that, YouTube. My phone just kind of acted up and cut the camera off for whatever reason. But anyway, as I was saying, Punk and Cena beat Bryan and Show in the match, and so yeah. And then after the match, Show was trying to jump into the ring and attack Cena. Punk runs in from behind and clocks Show in the head with the belt, and then him and Cena, Punk and Cena, are just kind of standing there awkwardly for a second, and then Punk goes to offer Cena a handshake, and Cena just shakes his head no, and so Punk gets all mad, and it's kind of weird for me because Punk is in on that in between line, and this is really showing it, and then the Cena refusing his handshakes just kind of adds to it more, to like the unpredictability of what is Punk right now. Is he a heel? Is he a face? Like he's so just gonna see what happens with that. Next up, this was a terrible match. Sandow beat Christian. The thing I didn't like about this was that WWE kind of made Sandow just look really overpowered in this match. Like they were trying to make him look so much better than Christian, which I don't see as right. Just because I'm not the biggest Christian fan, but I do kind of like Christian a little bit. And like he's been with the company for a while, and he's not a bad wrestler at all. He's good. And in my honest opinion, I don't think Sandow's that good. He really hasn't done anything spectacular, and I think his finisher is completely stupid. It's just a neck breaker. That's it. There's nothing special about it. And I mean, the fact that he was even supposedly, supposed to get distracted by Brodus Clay coming out during his match and trying to interrupt him, he still got Christian. So I don't know. It's just kind of dumb to me. Like I said, I haven't cared for Sandow. He hasn't shown me that like he can put on a decent match so far. He's like very lacking in the ring to me. Last up in the night was Triple H and Lesnar signed a contract and for their match, and then it was very funny. Shawn Michaels was trying to leave, and they cut to a promo where him and Paul Heyman got into an accident. It was just really funny, and so Lesnar comes out and takes Shawn Michaels, and then I think it goes to commercial break. Comes back, and Lesnar's coming out to the ring with Michaels. He does F5, then puts him in a Kimura lock, and then does the whole little break your arm thing. And so now he's not. Now Shawn Michaels isn't supposed to be there for SummerSlam. So yeah. Moving on to Superstars. There were actually some pretty good matches here in Superstars. Go ahead and get to it. First up was the Usos beat Curtis and McGillicuddy. What this match just did was show how excellent the Usos are and how ready they would be to take the tag titles. Now that the tag division is building up, they are a phenomenal tag team. They just work. Their in-ring skills are just so amazing. They work so well together. And in the match, Curtis and McGillicuddy just kind of showed like how they're. Like I'm trying to think of describe how kind of bland their wrestling is. Like watching them two is kind of boring, but I love watching the Usos. They put on a phenomenal match, and you know, like I said, they just proved that they're ready to be a tag team. As for Curtis and McGillicuddy, their characters need a lot more polishing. McGillicuddy is not a bad wrestler. When he does in singles competition, he does really good. Just like I've said before, he just needs to change his character. He just needs to introduce himself as Mr. Perfect Son. Go under the Hennig name instead of this Michael McGillicuddy character. And I think he could have a bigger push to go further in the company than he is now. As for Johnny Curtis, I just look at him as kind of a lost cause. He's just hasn't impressed me at all and doesn't show any real signs of big future. Now I may be wrong, but as of right now, that's the way I feel about Johnny Curtis. Moving on to Alex Riley versus Drew McIntyre. This was a great match. McIntyre did have not broken. It's a fractured wrist, so he couldn't do a lot. but McIntyre's still a great performer. Like, he still got a pretty good heel reaction when he came out. And back when he had the Intercontinental title, he was getting big reactions as a heel, and so WWE is missing out with not using him because he could be that next top heel that they're lacking because if he was built up properly, he could be used really good because he's definitely excellent in the ring, a lot better than a lot of people you know there right now. Damian Sandow, and then Alex Riley. Oh my God, when he came out, I don't think half the people on Raw get the pops that he does when he comes out. Like the crowd was excited for him, and then they just were with him throughout the entire of the match. And then when he won the match, the crowd was just ecstatic. Like I was so surprised, Well, not as surprised because I've seen Alex Riley in person, and when he comes out, the crowd reaction's hot for him, and so it's a wonder why WWE isn't using him right now because the crowd they love him. Next up was Sandow beat Gabriel. This match like made me so mad. Reason being, Gabriel put on an excellent match. By all means, Gabriel should have won this match, and then Sandow with a stupid little neckbreaker finisher won the match. This is like one of those moments where WWE is trying to force feed us a character that we're really not wanting to see, and Sandow is that guy right now. Not that I'm saying he doesn't have potential to be good, just his wrestling ability to me just seems kind of lacking at this point. Like he just doesn't seem like he can go a long match. Like Gabriel was just doing all kinds of tricks, all kinds of high flyer moves the entire match. It was just great watching him. And then watching Damian Sandow not doing anything for majority of the match, and then the end of the match doing that stupid thing where he knees him in the chest like 10 times and then his neck breaker. You know, his wrestling style is very lacking, and if he's supposed to be getting pushed up to a main event, he has to do more. I don't think WWE is going to accept another John Cena. God only knows how he's in that position right now when he doesn't wrestle, but I don't think Sandow can become that popular, and without being able to put on a good performance in the ring. So yeah. Moving on to TNA. Just going to get to the first match. The promos kind of started off with like Magnus and Joe talking about their match with each other because they were a former tag team, and now they have to face each other in Bound for Glory Series match. Joe won the match. That was like a no-brainer for me. Really, it was a pretty decent match. Just in the end, after Joe won the match, Magnus attacked him with a chair. I guess he was mad because Joe beat him, and he really wasn't going anywhere in the Bound for Glory series. So yeah, I guess maybe there's a potential feud running down the line for them. Then Brooke Hogan comes out, and she says this was after Madison Rayne was already in the ring, and says that she's winning the match because of Earl Hebner and that he cannot be her ref anymore. So, and then she announced that she would compete in a match later in the night, defending the Knockouts title against Tessmacher. Next up, this was they cut a promo with AJ and Daniels in the back, saying that he's like, I'm putting an end to this now. He's like, if I win this match, I'm having a paternity test done. If not, I'll accept that I'm the father, which is weird. I would have the paternity test regardless if I won or lost a match. I don't think, that's really relevant. But anyway, this is a Bound for Glory series match, and this match was actually a great match. It was, lots of back and forth, lots of, just excellent wrestling from both AJ and Daniels. Both of them just brought their full potential into this match. They brought their A game, and they just put on an excellent match. So, if you want to just go to like TNA's YouTube channel and watch this match, I would highly recommend it because this was just an excellent match. But I'm gonna stop the video here and continue on the next one.